So we started this week with some like super cold nighttime temps. Yeah, the daytime, like yesterday was quite cool too. I think high of 3 during the day, and at night it was like -3, 4. So I'm really thankful I didn't plant too much in the field yet. So I had the delphinium and I covered that up, and it looks good. And then I had just a little patch of feverfew, and I was like, oh, it's super tough. And I had it hardened off pretty good, but it did, it did take a bit of damage. I don't think it's dead. I think it will come back, but yeah, I probably should have thrown some row cover on top of that, but oh well. I think the weather now looks really good for the next couple of weeks. So hopefully that's the end of like -3, -4 temperatures. And today is like amazing now. This is a great way to end the day. And the next 2 days, the forecast is just looking beautiful. And the girls are coming back, which is perfect. I just started letting them out last week, and I don't want them out very long yet. They're just getting used to eating grass. If they're out here too long with too much grass until they're used to it, they can bloat. So I'm going to bring them in, but it's so nice to have them out here, and then hopefully I can keep increasing their time and they can eventually be out here all day again. So I had a couple more goats deliver this week. So number 2 is in the pen right beside me, and she had a little boy, and they were doing very well. And then I had a third delivery, and she had healthy twins. The deliveries seemed to go well, I thought, but I actually think something wasn't quite right, and she started to not feel well. So we gave her some medicine, but everything we did, I couldn't help her, and she ended up dying. It went really fast. So so now this is not ideal. I have 2 babies. One is drinking from a bottle, no problem. And this little girl is being very, very stubborn. So I'm trying both types of my bottles, and she will not drink from either one. So the internet says to be patient, but oh my goodness, this is taking so long. So this winter I did a video talking about the things I learned from lessons I learned last year. So one of them was that I wanted to bring in help sooner, and I've known this before, and I always procrastinate because I think I'm on top of my work. So I messaged Pauline. It actually took us a couple weeks to work out our schedules for a time that she could make it when the weather wasn't too crappy and when I was home. So 2 part days this week, Pauline came and we worked on the perennial bed. I want to say that I'm all done here, but I'm not yet. And we were having such a great time chatting that I didn't actually take a lot of video of us working, but we worked very hard. And we started at this end of the bed and worked our way across. A lot of our time was cleaning up the paths. They had a lot of dirt and stuff and weeds on them. So all the paths are clean, and I am thrilled. Okay, Pauline's gonna come next week and wonder why the paths are a mess down here again. But I'm not planning on planting on these rows this year. This is where the eucalyptus was the last 2 years, but they're full of perennial weeds. So I'm gonna I have a whole bunch of cardboard in the barn. I'm gonna slowly lay that down and use the grass clippings from my son just to smother these rows until I have tarps to put on top. And then maybe we can clean them up and use them for perennials next year. Okay, and I did say last week I would finish talking about the perennials. So lavender, I thought it all survived when I started like a month ago. I don't think so anymore. The ones that were totally covered in leaves look great. The back half didn't have as many leaves, and I think that yeah, some of them might be dead, or they're just really tricking me and they're just looking dead and are going to start growing soon. This is my Fama scabiosa. I was disappointed with how many, almost like the crown rotted out, especially over the last week. So the middle, it gets quite wet, so there's a lot of loss there. Actually, my oldest plants look the best, which is the opposite of what I thought would happen, because it is a perennial that is short-lived. But a lot of the plants that died were just planted last year. This is my white phlox. Most of them survived. I did lose some of my other colors of phlox, so I'm not sure if that was just because it was so cold this winter, but this is one of my favorite varieties, so I'm happy to have a lot, and I have more to plant to fill in this row. So I didn't have a lot of perennial baby's breath, but I had 2 kinds that I was trying last year here. Most of them really heaved out of the ground over the winter and either died or just don't look that great. So yeah, not a very successful winter for the baby's breath. I just topped it with a whole bunch of compost, and we'll see what happens this summer. Last year was my first year with loosestrife. I loved it. I didn't realize that it's actually a pretty aggressive perennial. So I had my new, my trial echinacia right beside it. So Pauline and I dug the 2 varieties of that up, and we moved it to the first row. So I have mellow yellow and supreme cantaloupe in the middle. I didn't know that you could start mellow yellow by seed, so I actually bought more plants in, and I learned that after I ordered them. So maybe I left some gaps, so maybe this winter I'll even start some more if I still like it. So that's pretty much what's growing in this bed, besides the mints. They're doing well, of course, and the geum, and there's some yarrow. It all looks great, and then there's definitely room to fill in holes. So I have new perennials that I started or bought in that really need to be planted, hopefully tonight before the rain comes. And then if Pauline and I get to it next week, we still have to clean up the back rows as much as we can, move what we can, and definitely clean up those paths. Okay, so we just had another successful delivery, but at least so far it looks good. I'm only 2 more mums left, and I think that is about all I can handle this year. So it looks good, mom and baby. So far it looked great. This little guy is doing very well. I still can't get the little girl to drink from a bottle, so hopefully next week I can report some good news, but I'm not sure yet. We're making baby steps, but it's taking a bit. So I just want to thank you again for watching this week, and we'll be back next week, hopefully with a lot more time outside and less time in the barn.